Welcome back. You're watching Storyboard. Twitter recently kicked off their new media agency program, Tweet to the Top, in India. 11 agencies from global media and advertising networks including Dentsu, Group M, IPG and Omnicom will be participating in this initiative. What exactly is Tweet to the Top? Well, it is Twitter's first year-long agency engagement program dedicated to young media executives in 5 countries in Asia-Pacific, including India, Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines and Australia. This program will see rising stars in the digital media planning industry across APAC go head-to-head for a chance to attend the Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity 2018. Tweet to the Top also aims to attract hundreds of young media planners and executives from 5 markets to showcase their best work using Twitter solutions. We caught up with Simon Brockman, Head of Global Brands and Agencies Asia Pacific, and Taranjeet Singh, Country Director Twitter India, to find out why did they think of conducting such a program for these markets. Let's take a look. Simon, Taranjeet, so good to have you on our show today.
Thank you for having us so much.
So tell us about the program where you are inviting young creatives, young people from the media planning and buying agencies across Asia. What is the program all about?
So it's a program, Tweet to the Top, which essentially has 3 phases. Each of them is to educate, train, partnership with the agencies with an eventual goal after a lot of training and education and briefs to eventually go to Cannes.
Okay. Why did you decide to conduct such an initiative in these 5 markets that you have selected? What was the marketing problem?
Sure. I mean, I think it's less of a marketing problem. I think more of a everyday challenge for agencies, which is retention for their people, ensuring that their people remain at the forefront when it comes down to technology and understanding about technology, and obviously our platform obviously fits within that. So the idea behind it was we need to continue our partnerships with the agencies, ensure that we're educating their staff on our platform, but also in this particular program giving them some personal benefit about their own personal brands as well, which I think is a really important part for young media people coming through today.
Taranjeet, can you share some India insights?
India insights for the program?
Yes.
Okay, so
what was the need and why was India one of these 5 markets?
So across APAC, I don't think it's a no-brainer. India is an important market for most of the businesses. And for us, our agency partners are super important, especially when we're trying to build the ecosystem. Now, this kind of a program not only helps them recognize the top talent which they have in the agency, but it also helps us educate them in a way of how to run Twitter campaigns, how to look at campaigns differently. Today, if you look at the need of the hour, most of the brands want innovation. And that's becoming a brief when most of the clients send a brief to the agency partners. Programs such actually get the top talents across agencies to come and compete with each other, work on real-life campaigns, execute them, and also demonstrate the ability of the power of the platform. Eventually, the winning team or the winning person who makes it to Cannes is going to be it's going to be a big moment for them. But the people who have taken the journey or have gone through the entire workshops and the stages across this entire program would be far better empowered to manage campaigns on Twitter.
What exactly are you teaching differently as compared to what they were doing already in these markets?
Where we've focused historically is how to use our platform specifically and what products we offer. This is more about answering a sort of solution or a brief for client problems, and then obviously with an objective of getting an award-winning entry. So I think it's a much more interesting way, and I think much more useful way in terms of teaching people how to use Twitter as a platform. And I'm just always reminded about 2016 when 76% of all award entries that were won at Cannes had Twitter as a quite a core component. So ourselves and or Twitter and awards and in fact client solutions sort of should go hand in hand.
So what exactly would a media planner and a buyer do differently from now on after this program?
I think that's an interesting question. It would be depending on the brief as well, so it's kind of quite broad. I think as a result of personally understanding how the platform operates and how they would use it as a networker, and it therefore being more intimate. I imagine that following this process, particularly on innovation, how to use a platform which resonates and creates engagement in a slightly different way of using it, as Taran mentioned, more functionally. So I would like to think coming out of it that the usage of Twitter and innovation becomes a key part of how they use Twitter going forward, versus perhaps what they're using it now is quite so much as a form of promoting a video.
Okay, as far as usage of the platform is concerned, Taranjeet, how are brands, Indian brands, using Twitter as a platform?
Actually, most of them have started using the platform really well. We have many examples to share about. I mean, the IPL season's just gone by. The way Motorola or Vivo or Oppo have been able to build their presence and reaching out to fans and people who care about this very important moment in India has been phenomenal. Not only, I mean, across today, what clients also are doing is looking at associating with relevant content. So we've just very recently launched something called in-stream sponsorships, where we tie up with publishers in bringing in the right content, where advertisers have an opportunity to run pre-rolls with the relevant content. I mean, with CNBC itself, we did around the Indian budget. If you remember, we had SPI, partnering with CNBC and Twitter to bring in the right content around the budget. We did that with Reliance around the Filmfare Awards. We very recently did it with the Champions Trophy. So we tied up with ICC to have the highlights of the day coming in, and Nissan, who's a global partner also with the ICC, was sponsoring that content. Now, when people come to Twitter, they come to, it's a discovery mindset, because people come to Twitter with the view of finding out what's happening and to learn new things. With that kind of a mindset and attention, when you have the relevant content which is served to people of their interest, the interaction becomes very high in terms of, and also giving the value back directly to the advertiser. Apart from that, what we've seen is that when you start building a plan which is based on certain business KPIs rather than just, beyond the media metrics, the campaigns have started to deliver far better, and that's what is working for the advertisers.
So what are the new things that the platform has done over the past 1 year that has really worked well for brands, specifically in India?
So India, overall the improvements on the products been continuously happening.
Like which ones? Like what are the things, or what are the experiments that the platform has done over the past few months?
So the biggest one which we've done is now we also broadcast live a lot of major global events. I mean, with NFL in the US, we've done Wimbledon, we've done the presidential debate. Now most of the global big events also have a huge amount of traction in markets like India. We did a live with Mr. Shah Rukh Khan out of the San Francisco Film Festival, which happened on a Saturday morning, but amazing results in terms of the number of people who were watching it live. Now we're seeing a huge amount of traction. For us, video is the next big thing. We're seeing a huge, consumption of video. Over last year alone, it's almost been about a 200% increase over the video consumption on the platform, and that continues to grow. With now bringing in the right content and getting in the advertisers to marry, in terms of having the right content for their advertising pre-rolls to run and deliver it to their target groups is a winning combination. I mean, it's 100% brand safe. Second thing is that the metrics in terms of what we're seeing is the viewability rates and the completion rates are far higher than the industry standards. Second thing, what we've also seen is that overall, apart from our products like First Views, videos, we've launched something recently called the Video Website Card. Now, the Video Website Card is a beautiful product for a client to not only have a brand message, but convert that into also a performance product. So the video website, when you click on it, it runs the video on the top, and below it has a link. Now, for example, Amazon last week ran it to promote the Amazon TV stick, and we saw some huge traction there. I mean, so people were watching the video, and then you had the option of actually going to Amazon.com and buying the product straight from the tweet. And that kind of is increasing, and we're seeing huge amount of traction there. Second thing is that we've, from a product point of view, we've done a few campaigns. Earlier we were doing a lot of campaigns around where people had to retweet to remind. We did a few campaigns where people now, when they like a tweet, can actually set a reminder back to them. We did it for the Nokia 6 launch with, again, Amazon, where people were retweeting to get a reminder when the product goes on sale. And when you start customizing and when you start kind of delivering a value to audiences with from that perspective, whether it's the right content or right service, traction happens.
Okay.
And that's growing phenomenally.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for speaking to us. Hope to see like beautiful work from Twitter at Cannes next year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It is time for us to take a short break. When we return, we catch up with Hrithik Roshan and speak to him about how he chooses his endorsements, and he also speaks on how he deals with social media trolls.